Welcome back to the Director's Garage. I am your host and resident idiot, Michael, and I'm back with you for another blind unboxing, an Audio 46 product, something that they sent us that I know absolutely nothing about. It should be a really fun episode. I love doing these kinds of things. Stick with me, but first I have a cool headline. Now, Astell and Kern has updated their firmware with the biggest jump in functionality since they added title support across their entire line in 2016. And that included like their obsolete products, like their AK240 got title support. But now this new update will only affect owners of the SP1000 and the more advanced and infinitely more expensive SP2000. And it turns this player into a node on Roon. Did I ruin it for you? I'm sorry. That was god-awful. I should go to jail for that one. Now, as far as I can tell, it's just awful. Now, as far as I can tell, this only works one way. For instance, you can't, like, say, tell your SP2000 to play something on its storage card on your KEF speakers in another room. It doesn't work that way. This only allows your room library and assets to stream through your SP2000 or SP device, at least for now. And now what I'm going to do is a quick demo for you. So I have here the SP1000, right? And I gotta get it out of the lights. I have a new light, by the way. What do you think? I got a new light. It's the same light, just a different thing in front of it. Makes it more even, less spotty. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Anyway, on the SP1000, you would pull down and you would go to your settings menu, which is right here. And you would go down to the bottom and you would do an update. So first you have to update and install the firmware, obviously, right? So next what you do is you get out of this and you have to turn on AK Connect, which is this guy right here. So you click on your AK Connect, and what happens is over on your computer, I select as a zone my SP1000. I have M-Scaler, Hugo TT. You see all my different output sources, zones they call them, and I select the SP1000 as I would any device, and I push play. And then you'll notice over here on the player, the computer, the Roon, is now controlling my SP1000. And I can still control Roon from here. I can still ask for the next track. It's also sending it MQA 96 and letting the DAC chips inside of the SP1000, which has really nice DAC chips. It's allowing the DAC chips to do the decoding. So that's pretty much it. I'm impressed that the artwork kind of comes along for the ride on the playback. That said, I'm not sure how much I'd actually use it. Like, why wouldn't I just log on to Tidal and stream something direct into the SP? I'm not sure. But it's kind of cool that Astell and Kern continues to update their product line with new features. There's no word yet if this is going to come to the 380 or the 240 or any of the other M lines. It just is what it is on this right now, and it seems like it's kind of a pilot experiment. And that's your headline for today. Now, the cool thing is that the price of this SP1000 has come way down in price on eBay. Like, with some patience, you can score this $3,500 new player back in the day for as little as $1,500. But if you want the latest and greatest, the SP2000, then there's only one place for you to turn. Yeah, it's shameless, but I'm talking about Audio46.com. Audio46 has a complete lineup of all things Astell and Kern, or a&ultima if you prefer. Plus, they carry everything from Focal headphones. We had the Radiance in-house just a few episodes ago, the Kennerton line, the new 64 Audio U18S, which just went on pre-order. If you have a need or a desire, a tax refund check burning a hole in your pocket, Audio 46 will be more than happy to serve up whatever wows you. Now, I'm so happy to have them on board as a partner. They are the folks who provided the blind package that is today's, say it with me, What's in the Box? It's so stupid, yet so fun. She cuts you once, she cuts you twice, but still you believe. Got that one? That's Billy Joel's Stiletto, 1978, off that magical 52nd Street album. All right. This is going to be a very quick one because it looks like we've got whatever it is right here. And ready? Wow! Oh! We got ourselves a Campfire Andromeda. Yes, the Campfire Andromeda. I don't know anything about it, Campfire Audio, and I don't know anything about the Andromedas. So I'm very interested to hear what it is Campfire has done. These are green, obviously. I know they're green. They're like that anodized, but they do different colors. And there are people who are Campfire audio enthusiasts out there right now that are probably going, "You're such an idiot," which I tell you at the beginning of every episode. So you should be on board with this by now. These look pretty cool. It's definitely a Christmas theme going on here. And this is kind of Christmas. We got a blind unboxing. We open this up. It's kind of like a present. So very cool, very cool. What do you say? Should we dig in? Should we dig in and see what they did here? And it comes in a little envelope. It's kind of like an invitation, isn't it? It's like we've been invited to something. It's like the Campfire Audio Winter Festival. What do you think? Okay, so I love this. This is so cool. So let's pull it open and go down a layer. Let's dig deeper. Wow! Oh, wow! Hey, this is something. Look at this. It's almost like a rock surface or something. It's really cool, but it's leather. It's a beautiful, beautiful case. I gotta appreciate this right now. And I'm not gonna open this just yet. Let's take a look at what else is in here, because I always rush the gun here and I don't want to do that. So let's see what's in here. And there's a little bag. These are different ear tips that go with the Campfire Audio. And as you know, when I get stuff in from Audio 46, I don't like to use their ear tips. And to some degree, that's kind of like not fair to the IEM, but at the same time, it's not fair to the next user of these if I send back ear tips that are just disgusting and covered with goo. So also we get a product warranty card here, again in that same Christmassy theme. It's kind of cool. And then we have their full Andromeda product card here. What we do, what we don't do, do's and don'ts, use instructions, whatever. How to care for them. So what do you say we now open this thing? Because I'm very, very curious. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so undo this. And let's take a look. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, it's another bag. Can't they just present stuff? Why does it all have to be buried inside of bags? But okay, let's go back down here for a second. It's another unboxing down the drain. Hey, this is a nice padded case on the inside. This is gonna keep your IEMs well protected, and I can't say enough about the feel of this case. Okay, so attached to this is a cable. And it's kind of a rugged thing. They definitely have kind of a military little thing. It's like a military Christmas theme. I'm like looking at the cable just off the bat here, and it feels a little bit rope-like almost, and they put some nice twisties. I always appreciate a Velcro strap around these things to keep them tidy. I do appreciate that. But I've got to say, in comparison to some of the other IEMs I've reviewed recently, right from the start here, this cable is not up to grade of some of these other IEMs I've been doing lately. This is a 4-wire twist into a 2-wire, and it is not thick at all. It doesn't feel like it has a lot of heft to it or anything that would be protective in any way. But the cable is not on my top 5 list. Although I appreciate the color and sort of it's got kind of a rope feel to it, which is lending itself to the outdoorsy kind of thing we got going on here. But let's take a look at the actual prize here, okay? There's no way to do a classy reveal of this except to do that. And there they are. This is the Campfire Audio Andromeda. These are a little larger than I expected, I would say, and they connect via MMCX, it appears, yeah. So that's good. Easier to remove and not have to worry about bent pins. I always appreciate that. Now I'm going to take the ear tips off of this and we'll go to my box o' tips. So I'm going to try the TENNMAK turbos first. The TENNMAK turbos I list in the description of every episode. You can find them on Amazon. They're really cheap, and it's a little way you can give a little love to the channel. I'll get like 12 cents out of each purchase. You bought me a gumball. Thank you. I got my tips on them. They feel pretty good. So let's try them over the ear. And now, okay, so here's left. Let's put those in. Oh, they feel good. So I was worried just looking at them, they're going to be a little angular or whatever, but there's a nice seal going on here. Let's go back to our Astell and Kern player. So as long as I've got Amy Winehouse dialed up, I think I'm going to start with that and see what it sounds like. They sound really good off the bat. They impress me. There's a full range sound happening. They're very bright. They've got a nice bright top end. I don't know if it's too crunchy or not. There's a little bit of distortion naturally in the Amy Winehouse track, so it's probably not the best way to start, but we're taking a listen. I love the range on these, though. I can tell it's got some heft down low. It's got something in reserve here down on the bottom end. It's a very winning sound just to start with. These are definitely a headphone that's more geared to me and to my taste. I'm gonna go to a classic Hall & Oates song. Okay, they're very efficient. These don't take a lot of juice or whatever to drive. It sounds so clean. Daryl Hall's voice on this is just sounding beautiful. There's a nice bottom end on it. It's solid. I'm not hearing anything offensive off the bat. I think with the wrong track, it might be a little bit bright to me. But so far, this sounds really nice. Like this is a nice set. Not the greatest soundstage in the world, but imaging is good. It's good detail. They sound fast enough. But I'm listening to laid back tracks, so I have to challenge them a little bit. This is Rich Girl, same album. It's the best of Hall & Oates. Well, I love this old 70s stuff. I'm on this ride, whatever it is. I don't know where it's going to take us. Oh. The song just kicked in. Oh. Great dynamics. We got to move on. I could listen to this all day. I love this sound. This is great. Let's go to something really audiophile. We're going to go to Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms, and I'm going to go Brothers in Arms, the title track, which is this dramatic song with thunder and rumbling synthesizers, and they just seem to be happy with whatever I'm playing them. It's not a bad soundstage. It's got a little something it's working on. I'm going to go to a bass track. There's a nice sub-bass kick here. It's not overdriving. It's not a bass headphone, but it's very well represented bass in these. I'm really liking the sound of this. It's a very pleasing V-shape, slightly recessed mids. It's got a lot of swing to it. I don't know about comfort. It seems like this earphone's starting to get a little discomfort. Go to some James Taylor. It's like squirrel. It just seems like anything I'm throwing at these, they just sound great. Okay, if they're too bright, I'm gonna find out on this track. They're really fast on the top end and they're not too bright. Rush, Tom Sawyer. Normally, and there's a lot of top end on this, and normally Geddy's voice, when you have a bright top end, can really great, but this is not. It's like it's not even up on the line. It's like it's well within the pocket. It's a very safe tuning, but not too safe. So they're doing a lot of things right. And there's no congestion. They're very fast. Paul Simon, trying that. listening to these and how good they sound, I would love to put these up against the Sultan, which leads me to believe that this is a fairly expensive headphone because it's doing a lot of things the Sultan does. Not as much bass to my recollection, which is why a shootout is such a good idea. Yeah, I'm guessing dynamic driver on the bottom, probably balanced armature in the middle, and up top, it might be an E-stat, but I'm going to say it's balanced armature, and I'm guessing that there's probably a fairly high driver count on these. I'm guessing like maybe 6 or 8 drivers on this. So with that, wow, this is really good, and I'm going to put these down now because we got to wrap this episode up soon. Very, very impressive. Not okay. Look at this set again. I'm not thrilled with the comfort on these because it's a very wide bore here, and that could be something that like keeps me from getting on board entirely with this headphone. I will try some different tips going forward just to make sure that it's not like if I put a foam tip in or something, it won't get better. But I do feel some pressure on particularly on my right ear, and that happens a lot, probably because I'm like lopsided or something. It's probably true. So let's go to the, and I want to see the Campfire Audio website. I'm going to look this up here. So let's see. Let's look at the Andromeda. Okay, $1,000. Now, these sound more expensive out of the box, and I haven't, we'll do a sound check and do a deeper dive, but these sound more expensive than $1,000. If I was going to guess at these, I would guess these are closer to the $2,000 range. So very nice value for the sound of these. So that makes me immediately think we need to put these up against the Mest. Dual high frequency balanced armature. So they're balanced armatures up top, TAEC. I don't think that's electrostat. I'll take a look at it. Single mid frequency, dual low frequency. So that's why they're getting that nice bass to it. So this says 5 drivers are all balanced armature, and that makes me rethink. I did say that the bass was a little tame, but I thought that it would be a dynamic driver down low, and that kind of surprised me. But the tuning on these out of the box is spectacular. So I got to tip a hat to Campfire Audio for what they've accomplished with this. And we'll do a full sound check in an upcoming episode for sure. And would definitely have to shoot these out against the Mest. And I would even put them, they sound good enough, I would put them up against my reigning champion, which is the Noble Sultan. So definitely comparisons to come with these, and interested to see where they come out, because there's a lot about these to like, and at $1,000 this could be a sweet spot. Who knows? Now, if you're interested in a full, complete list of the songs I used for the first impression today, head over to my Instagram page for a complete list. I do cut a lot out for time, so you don't get to see everything. And if you enjoyed today's blind What's in the Box, consider subscribing to the Director's Garage. We have a lot of fun around here, and there's so much excitement ahead. For instance, up next, we're going to be unboxing something blind from our new friends at iFi. And then we'll get into some sound checks of all of these 4 products we've done back to back to back to back, including the Linsol provided The Audio Legacy 4. And I'm going to do something different there, I think. To catch us kind of up and get us moving forward, I'm going to try an episode where we combine a sound check with a shootout. Not sure how it's going to work yet, because I do have some great IEMs here that would compare very well with the Legacy 4, and I think we can get a really good shootout with them, and I think I can do it all at once. Let me know in the comments below if you'd rather see separate episodes, but I think it would be maybe get us more ahead if we combine these into one episode. So I got to once again thank our friends at Audio 46 for sending over today's review of the Campfire Audio Andromeda. If you liked the unboxing and think I totally nailed it, give me a thumbs up. If you think I totally chunked it, do the other thing. I'll be sure to see you before you know it.